Okay, so yesterday we covered some of this basics of Azure, like what are all the capabilities of Azure Data Cloud and what's the differences between the cloud premises and the on-premises if you want to store any data, right? So today we'll go in bit deep so that you'll understand what is a data center and what is a rack and what is a server and what is the update domain and what are the regions and like how the data is stored in different regions and how do you handle any disasters happened on a real time basis, right? So we'll cover it we'll cover it in detail so that you will have some background on this if you're working on any of the project, right? So you'll be having like what is the region and what is the server and how it works in the backend. Okay. So yesterday we discussed, I think this is the one which we discussed. Let me just highlight
Yeah,
this.
right.
So we were talking about like we are having around 200 plus physical data centers, and have you got a chance to look at this global infrastructure portal which I've given to you? Are you able to log in this one? I'm telling you this.
No, sir, I haven't
Maybe
checked
maybe
it.
maybe just check it. Just you will get the globe. Like you can rotate the globe. You can see all the regions all over across the world, like the America region and also the Europe region and the Asia region. Just to get some high level. So
Yeah,
yesterday we discussed these are the physical data centers. Actually, it's like a building where all this. If you see the right side here, you will be having this all the servers and the racks. I can say this is one rack and this is one rack and this is the individual. This is called as a server. So this part I can say this is a server and these are all the racks. Like if you see this is one server and this is one server and these are all in a rack. This is one rack and this is second rack and this is third rack and these are all combined servers in a single room. And here if you see you will be having the cooling system. See, if you use the laptop continuously or if you are playing any games in your laptop, you the laptop will be getting heated, right? Have you observed it or not? Or also if you're talking on your mobile devices, that mobile devices, if you're talking for more than 1 hour, it gets heat, generates some heat. Are you right?
yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in the same way, if these many servers are there in a single room, what it happens, it generates more heat. If it generates more heat, the servers gets crashed or it gets hanged. So for this one only, there will be a setup of this ACs, like there will be a centralized AC systems, and they will be having the backup plan, and they will be having the fire exhausters, everything here. So this is how Azure has around 200 plus physical data centers located across the globe. Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk today about this availability zones. So, what is an availability zone? See, availability zone is I can tell you in a simple way. There is like this one is one availability zone. It can have a one data center or one or more data centers. Data centers is nothing but this is the data center. If you look at the right side here, right, this is a complete data centers. So this I can say this is one data center. In this one data centers, we can it can have one or more data centers in one availability zone, and there are like three availability zones will be maintained. Why the reason we'll be maintaining the three availability zones is, say suppose you have an account with the SBI bank. Okay, you have an account with the SBI bank, and you have deposited around 10 lakhs on your SBI bank account, maybe or yesterday or day before yesterday. So they maintain this. Everything will be maintained in the cloud. Say suppose this SBI being like tied up partnered with the Azure cloud, and they don't want to maintain anything on the on premises. They choose Azure as their cloud provider for them. So if suppose if they maintain this in the one single copy, if region is completely crashed, so what happens to your complete data? Okay, let me mute. Okay. So if suppose if you just deposited 10 lakhs yesterday and if you want to see the transactions and today it got crashed, yesterday you deposited the money and you see this is not working. They say that this availability zone is completely crashed because of some earthquakes or any floods or any fire accident happened this one. So what happens with your complete transaction data? Will they able to fetch their data? Will they able to see in their servers like in their front end systems and they will tell you the exact amount?
No.
So in this case, what happens is Azure created a model like how to store the data. They will replicate the same data in different availability zones. See, they will
Okay.
same copy. here in the availability zone 2, and also they will maintain the separate copy in the this region also. What happens, like if suppose this region is down, like this zone is completely down in this data center, this got completely crashed, and say suppose this data center got completely affected with the fire accidents, and this they will get the data from this one. So it means the back end, what it, we don't do anything from the front end systems. What happens is, first it goes to this server. Like if suppose if you go to the bank on the next day and you ask your statement, like if you want your statement to be printed on your passbook. So what they will do is, they will the SBI bank people log in with your they will enter your account number, and they will see, they will try to connect to this first, this availability zone 1. And at this, suppose this is down, right? And within a minute of like 2 minutes, 2 milliseconds, this will connect to this next availability zone A, and it goes there and checks. If it is down, it will go back to this one, and it will get fetch the data from this availability zone 2, and it will provide you as the information, account information, or it will be able to provide you the account balance, so that it will be print. Say suppose this availability zone is also gone wrong, it got affected with a fire accident or any other natural calamities, right? It goes to this one and checks, like it between only, it checks which availability zone is up, which is online, so that it directly goes here. It goes here and checks it, like if this is up, right, this is up, and here it will check and it will provide you the account balance. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you here. This Azure availability zones are like physically separate locations within the each Azure region that are tolerant to the local failures. I'll give you one example here. One second. Let me open. Okay. This is the complete regions in Hyderabad, right? We have the Pune region, Chennai region, and Central India region, and South India region, and I think North India region. Say this is our Hyderabad location. In Hyderabad, they will not be having only one data center located in one area. This is HYD. This is what their availability. This is one region. Hyderabad is one region for the Azure. So this is one availability zone, AB1, okay, and they will be having one availability zone in a different location. This information will not be elaborated to the public like normal. They will tell like they have a availability, like they have regions in Hyderabad. They will not tell you the exact location of the regions. Okay, so suppose this is in a different region. This is like North Hyderabad, and this is like South Hyderabad, and this is like the West Hyderabad locations. So in this way, they like AB2. This is availability zone 2, and this is like AB3. Means this availability zone will have like data centers. Like in the data center, what you will be having, you will be having the servers, like all the servers like combined together, like in the form of racks. Okay, say suppose in this area, in the north area, you have some floods, earthquakes here. So what happens is, if this server is down now, it will not go to the server, and it goes to the second availability zone here in this data center, and it will fetch the data for you. And say suppose this also got affected with any other fire calamities, right? And this will not go there, and this will fetch from this AV3. Means this will be out. Means the same copy is maintained in a like the like same data is maintained in a three different copies. Like in a copy one, like availability zone one, and availability two, and availability zone three. Means it will not have any problem. Like if any natural calamities happen, or any other disaster happen, or any other electrical failure or network failure, one of the data center will be up, and you will be fetching the data from this data centers. Okay, that's what I want to tell you here. Okay, this is like see, the failure ranges can be from it can be a software failure, maybe any software issue and the software got corrupted, or any hardware failure in the sense any servers got damaged, or it is not working properly, or any other natural calamities like earthquakes, floods, and fires. So the tolerance to the failures, like it's achieved by the redundancy and the logical isolation. The redundancy is nothing but the replicating, because of the replicating and logical isolations. Means that these are logically isolated in the different areas. So but they're interconnected, see here, they're interconnected with the optical fibers. Means one data center can communicate to the other data center, and this data center can also communicate to the other data center, and this data center also can be communicated with the other data center. If you see, there is a diverse fiber connecting paths, means all the data centers are internally connected. If is yesterday when we are looking that globe image, right, we are able to see that there are the like the cables, like the optical fiber cables, which are interconnected. Means all the data centers across the world are interconnected each other. Okay. So this is like there are like separated like three separate availability zone. All are present in availability zone enabled regions. This is about the availability zones. So
For
now,
example, I have a question here. For example, is there any minimum or a maximum data center for an organization to establish,
see,
or
our
it's
it's
up to
not,
them?
see, our data center will not establish. This is completely the Azure part. So what you do is, our role is, we will choose the nearest region only. Our job is, yesterday on the other day when we were talking about the snowflake account creation, you remember it or not? On the other day, if you want, I can
Mhm.
just create snowflake account. What happens is, you will have an option to choose which region it is. That's it.
Okay.
The other day, if you look at the demo video, there will be
Okay.
there the option to choose AWS, Azure, or GCP. Means this is the Snowflake is a software as a service. It can integrate, like it can accommodate in, it can be any cloud provider. It can be AWS, Azure, or GCP. If you are going for the
Mhm.
Azure, there are like three
Mhm.
regions. The drop down list,
Mhm.
there will option of three regions. Means in three regions only you can select it. Internally, Azure takes care of how many data, how the data is that's what, right? If you maintain, if you take all this risk, and if you take the time to know how many data centers, in how, like in which data center you want to put the data, that's not our job. That's what these guys will do the for our job. See, means they will maintain the copy in different data centers. That's their headache. They will provide based on the plan which we are taking. They will provide their assurance of our data. In the next, like in the next slides, I'll tell you like how we can maintain the data, like geographically, means like in a different data center, or in a different region, or any completely different location, maybe like Asia region or America region. If you want to store, it completely depends on the cost. Okay. So our job
Okay.
is region only. Yeah, our job ends there only. You will create, it's better, guys, you just do one thing. Go to this Snowflake account, create a start free trial account today, so that you will know what we're talking today. Maybe after the class, just it takes 2 minutes or 5 minutes of your time. Just it asks some basic details. Create it step by step, and if you face any like if you have any doubt here, right, just ping me like in the WhatsApp. I'll tell. See, if you enter all your details and continue, there will be three options. There you can choose Azure, GCP, or AWS. After choosing the Azure, there will be having the region. In ADF, it will be much more clear compared to the Snowflake. Why? Because in the Azure ADF, right, you will be having, you can select some more in detail options how to store your data there.
No, for
Okay,
example, I have one more question here. Can you please go back to that previous page?
this one.
No, no, no. I mean the Snowflake login account.
Okay,
So
shall we create?
here, as you mentioned that, we'll be able to select the details, like, which data center you wanted to store, right? The Azure.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So there, when we are able to select different things,
Hmm.
a person cannot select more than one, right?
Yes, yes.
So can you please show me that option once? How to select that?
Yeah, we're going there. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the basic details. Like I'll just select all my. You need to provide your first name, last name, and the email ID. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See here. So here we are choosing which edition. This is the standard edition, is the basic edition. Enterprise
Okay.
edition is plus, like this is low, medium, and high. So normally we'll go for the standard or enterprise edition. Okay.
Okay.
Here you will choose this one. See, if you choose Azure, we have like these are all the regions. All everything means it will give you an option which is in our locality. Like in maybe it will not give you like America, like it use, but the costing will be different here. See, if you choose Central Pune, the costing will be different. If you choose this US, will be costing will be different. So what people choose is like while creating account, they will choose the nearest location. Say suppose if you're in the Europe, if you're in Europe in any of the country, you need to choose, and also you need to choose this West Europe region. And also here one more point, in each and every region, like in this Central India Pune region, they will not have all the services. All the services means some will be having VMwares like virtual machines, and some will be maintaining the web applications, and some will be maintaining the databases. While this one, so while creating a account, right, you can take a help of this Azure sales team, the marketing team. Hey, this is my requirement, and based on the requirement, which region I need to choose, they will guide you. Okay,
Okay.
are you clear?
So here, we see three different providers, right? One is AWS, one is cloud, Google Cloud, and the other one is Azure. So, based on what, let me put my question
Which
in the different way.
cloud provider you want to choose, business
Yeah.
decision
So
making.
how do we come to a conclusion as to what provider do we choose based on the organization where we are working? Like how do we come to a conclusion is my question. Like which one should I
See,
choose?
good question. So here what happens is this decision will not be taken by the developers. This will be taken by the business heads. Means the business, the what you call the solution architects, the technical architects, they will be taking the decision. They will be choosing their which is, see, first they want to choose the budget, right? The first things comes into the budget. So is they will be having some budget, X budget to one of the project. Based on the
Mhm.
budget, everything will be calculated. What they do is, see, suppose I'm a complete head delivery head towards one of the project. If you're taking a Snowflake project, what I do is first this I'll contact with this Microsoft Azure sales team, and
Mhm.
also I'll go with the AWS team, and also I'll go to the Google Cloud team, and I'll take what is my requirement. Hey, I need to have an application, and I need to have a VMware, I need to have a database, and I need to have the servers, and all these requirements I will be telling to this Azure sales team, like the marketing team. They will provide you the estimated cost for their
Okay.
complete maintenance based on the project. And I'll compare, like, this is not our job, this will be a technical architect, like more of a business heads, I can tell you. They will be taking the
Okay.
decisions, and they will go to this this will be a initial, like before to the BRD, right, which application they want to choose. They will go to this AWS, and they will go to the GCP, and they will tell you, they will come to the conclusion based on the budget of the project. See, this is say they, and they conclude that Azure has more benefits, and also the cost is also cost effective. And
Okay.
they will, this marketing, like the Azure team, they will also provide you like which location you are geographically located, means the company, like our company, say suppose we are located in Hyderabad location, they will suggest you like central India or any nearest, like the South India. They will suggest you in the region. See, if you look at here, here just now I was talking about in India, like sorry, in India we have three regions. You're able to see only one region, right? Here, why you're not able to see the other two regions?
Maybe
Shall I?
because of the that options what we selected. I mean the
That means
availability of the data centers.
Snowflake software, this is not not there in the south region and the
Oh,
other region. You're getting right. Like
okay.
just you're understanding right. Just now we
Yes.
discussed.
Yes.
It should have shown you right. We are in Hyderabad now, and we are trying to see only Pune one, not Hyderabad one. Why Pune is only reflecting? Why not Hyderabad means this Snowflake is not deployed in this region service.
Okay.
You're getting right.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So Viresh and Prabhu, you are clear, right? How to choose this one. So this is to be practical. We don't do choose this one for the trial accounts only. Will be doing what happens on a real time basis is they will be creating a account for you. They will be having the username and password once you join into the organization, right? They will provide you the username and password, and you need to log in with the username and password. That's it. You don't need to create a account and start from the scratch. But this is the idea, like how to choose which cloud provider and which region. Till region choosing only, it's our job. Apart from that,
Okay.
how to and how to take the how the data is replicated in the different data centers, that's not our job. Why? Because we are paying to them, and they will provide the services. That's what the agreement is. And if you provide if you do our own, if you maintain everything, so that becomes on premises, right? So that's their job. That's their job. So you need to choose only till the region part only. This is the background why I'm trying to tell you is like to get you like what happens back end exactly. That's it, to ever to get a high level idea here, like how it works, like how what's the differences between the cloud and the on premises one. So that's what I want to give you the heads up here. That's the reason I'm just going through like in detail here. Like actually what happens is on a regular, if you join any ADF classes, they directly go to this portal, Azure, and they will create an account and start uh, uh, teaching you the classes, like all the topics like what you have here, just to give you an in-depth understanding how it works here. Okay, Shruti,
One
you're
more
okay?
quick question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's suppose, I am working on two different projects. Okay. Let's consider project A and project B. So if I'm working in two different projects, do I need two different Snowflake's account, or one account will suffice two different projects?
See, it depends again. If it is, if the business requirement is like they want to maintain two different Snowflake accounts, they will be giving you two different username and password will be created for you for two different URLs. So means
Mm.
URL one will have Snowflake account one with a username and password, and the URL two will have username and password for the second. They will give you three things: URL, username, password. Means the password after that you can reset back again.
Okay. But in the same URL as well, I can use two different projects, right? If needed.
See, you in the URL you can have different multiple databases. You can create different database in a single Snowflake database, like in a single Snowflake account. See, project also like project is nothing but you can have a different databases, right? That's also a project. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that depends on they will like while once you join, right? It depends on the business requirement. See, I'm working on the other tool right now. So that other tool, we have a two different instances, like Snowflake one instance and the Snowflake two instances. So I have two, and if the work comes, if it is any requirement on a CRs which I need to do, I will be doing in one, like they will provide, they will tell, hey, this account we need to log in, then this is the CRs which we need to handle and do the development. So I'll do that. So that's also happens in a real time cases.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So
Thanks.
so it's like their business decisions. Our job starts from once you get the username and password and the URL, right, and also the infrastructure, like all the databases and the schemas and the tables and the views, procedures, everything will be there. From there, you will be working on that one. They will not allow you to for a like 4 years or a 5 years pressure. They will not give you the complete end-to-end project development. You will be part of the team, and you will be having the seniors, and they will also guiding you what needs to be done. Means like not only the single person will not handle the complete project. You will be having the hierarchy, like the technical architect, team leads, and also the resources like the developers, the senior developers and the junior developers. That's how it is. Okay, you're clear,
Okay.
right?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So from here, see, if you see like here, this is the I'll just tell you like how it works, like the backend here. So we have like a fault domain here. So what exactly the fault domain is, like this is one rack completely, and this is the second rack. In the rack, we'll be having the individual servers here. If you look at here, these are all the individual servers here. This is one server, and this is one server, and this is one server. So what happens is, say suppose, and if you're say, I will take about the Snowflake only, and we'll take the example here. You have been taken the Azure as your provider, and you choose Pune region, and here, and it goes well. And after every 6 months, there will be a software updates, like there are some patches which needs to be done on the servers. So what happens is, this is like each, like these all combined together as a update domain. Means what does the update domain means? If they want to do any updates, like if they want to do any upgrades or any apply any patches, right? This will do first. Means they will form in a logical way so that it will not affect the data, and it will not affect any other these servers here. First it will update this rack. Means it happens maybe like 10-15 minutes maximum, that one. So it will update this rack. Once this is done, right, so it goes to the second update domain here, and it starts applying the patches here. Once this is done, right, it will goes here and it applies the patches, and it complete. Means it goes in a serial way. It will not update all the patches in a single, like in a some completely one shot. Why will not do that is, this will be down, right? this server will be down, and the users will not be able to access their application, the front end applications or any Snowflake or any databases, right? So what it does is it goes in a serial way, and it forms in a logical way. It selects into the updated domain, or we cannot call it as a fault domain also. Maybe say we have any power failure or any network failure, right? It goes to the next one, means the same one which we discussed. And this is also down, and this is also not working, right? It will go to this server rank. So means here, if you look at here, this will have like say this may be equipped with the redundant power supplies. Means this completely domain one will have a complete power supply, different power supply and different network. Means this will coming from the different source power connections, and this also the network. It may be a different network. It may be the Airtel network, and here it may be the different ACT network, or it may be here other network provider, internet provider. And also the power support also will be different for this one, and also the backup, like they will be having the generator, right? Like that will also be different. Like each of these racks will be a different system. Why? Because if this gets completely crashed, and they will take the backup from you, and the same in there, they will be taking the backup from this domain. Okay, this is how it is. The redundant power supplies and the network switches. However, to keep it simple, like one rack contains like physical 15 to 20 physical servers. Like one rack will have like around 15 to 20 physical servers here. Okay. So for example, like if the power supply or the network fails in a given rack, it will only the server in that rack fails. Means if it is failed in this server, right, like the power supply or any network, only this will be affected. The fault domain one will be affected, not the other one. Okay. You're getting right.
Yes, I have one small question here. You know, let's suppose we have domain one, domain two, domain three. So I am a bank employee. Okay, I'm just giving you an example of a bank. So I'm creating a username and a password in the bank portal. So my data will be stored in all the three domains, right?
Yes, perfect. Yeah, that's what we are telling. That's what I meant to say is, I'll just go to the other slide here. See, in this slide, what I meant to say, your data will be stored. Say, suppose you have a account, you have a X account here. First,
Okay,
okay, this is Azure region. Say, suppose this is a Pune region.
okay,
So you created a Snowflake account here, right? In
okay.
the suppose imagine you just created a Snowflake account. What
Uh-huh.
happens is, once you create a Snowflake account in this Pune region, you will be having your username, password, and your complete account, the Snowflake account in this region. At the same
Uh-huh.
time, backend Azure maintains in this region, in this
Oh,
availability zone. And the same time, it will maintain in this availability zone 3 also. Means if you create any database tables in this availability zone, in your username and password, the Snowflake account username and password, the same database tables will be reflecting in this zone 1, zone 2, zone 3.
okay.
That's not our job. That's what I'm telling. That's not our job.
Oh,
That will be taken care by Azure. Our job is to till select the Pune region, means the nearest region which has its services.
okay. Got
Okay.
it. Yes.
So, so it's not our job. See, this is how the backend it works. What I meant to tell from the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, right? Right. The backend, how it works here, just to give you a high level idea. And you don't need to do like which server, like is it stored in domain one or domain two or domain three, or you don't need to monitor how the server is working. Why, if you maintain everything, that will be on premises, right? And also, that's not a developer job actually. It will be a network team job. If it is on premises also, these all the tasks will be done by the networking team. If it is, but now the cloud provider do everything for you. You're getting right.
Yes, yes, I got it.
So if you deploy our Azure services like in the virtual machines in one or two fault domains, they will should be available in a failure occur in one domains. Means it can be anything. It can be a virtual machine. Say suppose I'll tell you one more example. Say I have a RTP. Like you might be knowing this RTP, right? Let me show you my just RTP on. I'll not open that one. This is my RTP. Like here I have my. See this is. Let me just take this one. I'll just put XX as my server name. If I try to connect, and in this server, I've created one tables, like I've installed one SQL developer software. Say suppose And if you maintain these VMs also, they will provide you the backup of the VMs also. Means if this VMware server is this domain is raw or fault, right? It will be the same SQL Server database will be reflecting in the fault domain one. It will not be visible to us. It's not our job. So our point is till it connects to that server, are you able to access the SQL developer? No, not. That's it. I'm talking to you in the VM point of view, in the virtual machines point of view here. Okay, if you deploy your resources like virtual machines, for example, in two or more fault domain, they remain available should be if failure occur in one of the fault domain, means only one fault domain will be there. Means fault domain is nothing but the updated domain. Means once you do the updates, like the patches happens on a software. Once that is done, right, it takes like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. After that, that will be up. But in the 10 to 15 minutes, if any transactions happens, it will be stored in a other domain, like in the update in the other server, and the copy will also be maintained in the other server. See, you can ask one more question here. What happens if in this 10 to 15 minutes in the server one, like the data will not be stored, like after syncing like the server 2 and server 3 in the server 1, this is while you say you are doing one online transaction in the Flipkart, you are doing one transaction. While doing the transactions here, it checks here if this is down, right? You place an order and this is down. It will place the order in this server, means it will go to this second domain 2, and it will place the order, means you will have your order history in this second one. And also the second, in the same way, it will be synced into the domain 3 also. While this is updating, you have done a transactions, right? This gets synced back when this got updated, when this is up, right? You're getting. Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
You're okay, right? So what I'm trying to tell is it syncs back again once this is done, right? So once this is upgraded, right? By how it syncs is it got interconnected with the optical fiber, right? So which the data is replicated in all the three domains, it gets synced back again, which is upgraded here, like which the patches are done here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is like the regions like which we discussed yesterday. Mostly we have like the Azure regions in America and also the Europe. In India, like we have three regions, but there are more regions which are yet to come. High level here, there are like 200 plus data centers all over the world here. Okay, in the region, like in region, you can have multiple availability zones, or it can have one data center also in one region. If you're talking about the Pune or Hyderabad, it can have different availability zones. In one availability zone, it can have multiple data centers or one data centers. Understand the hierarchy. If you want, I can explain you one more time. See, I'll just explain you. I'll just go to the paint here and I'll take a new one. See, basic one is server here. First, you will be having server, CB, okay? And from there, okay? Here in this first one, what we'll be having is you will be having the server here, okay? In the second one, this is the basic thing which we discussed here. If you look at this image here, this image or this image, these are all the individual servers, like the small boxes here. These are all the servers. That's a hierarchy level. And the second one, like group of servers will form as a updated domain here. Here. Okay. And after that, we have a rack. And here, once like group of racks will form as a data center. And like group of data centers will form as a availability zones. Like group of availability zones form as a region. You're understanding the hierarchy?
Yes.
Okay, here it will be a region. Means here one individual, this is a server. Like group of servers will form as a domain, updated domain. Group of updated domain means here this one. Like this is These are all the individual servers. In this one, we have the updated domains mean the cross ones. This group of updated domains will form as a rack. Okay, group of racks will form as a data center. Like this or all this form as a data centers. Group of data centers will form as a, it can be here in this one cases, it can be one data center or a multiple data centers. It can form as a availability zone. Group of availability zone form as a region. Here we can tell we can use example as a Pune region. In Pune region they are maintained like three availability zones, like north, east, south, west, like four regions there. You're getting right? Oh,
Yes.
okay. So this is the availability zones which we discussed here. See, these availability zones are connected with the high performance networks with the round latency. Means if one of the server, like one of the availability zone is down, it connects within less than 2 milliseconds here. Say just now we discussed an example of the SBI, right? If one of the main server is the primary server is down, it checks there and it goes there and connects to the next server, like the next availability zone or a next server within a fraction of 2 milliseconds here. The latency, the round trip latency means the request and response comes and back in less than 2 milliseconds. It's very less. See, that's the performance of Azure. So that's what the people are moving towards the Azure here. See, and also each zone is composed of one or more data centers. Just now we discussed as their own independent, like cooling systems, like the ACs and the network switches. And it's defined. It is completely independent. Like it will not have any impact, or if any failure happened or anything, it will have any impact here. See, the physical separation of available zone within the regions protects the data from facility level issues. Means, so just now we discussed in the Pune, we say suppose we have 4 availability zones. In one of the availability zone, if you have any issue, right, it will be getting the data from the different availability zones, right? It will not have any data from facility level issues here. If you look at here, facility level issues means any local issues happen to that local availability zone. It will not have any impact here. Okay. So here, this is the this availability zone. You can design and operate database automatically between those zones. Like it can be interconnected. It can be operated at any time with, and also it will be sync back again. If one of the update happens in one of the server, right, it syncs back again because of this optical fiber, and they're interconnected, and they will maintain the 3 copies separately here. Okay. And this is the same one. This is like the old slide which we have like more availability zones now here. Like these are all the regions: America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Here, if you see, here is the Central India. Now here we have added two other regions. One is the Hyderabad region, and the other one is the Chennai region. If you're talking about our case. See, some of the reasons like just now we discussed. So here I want to tell you one more addition, how the data is much more secure while it is in the cloud, right? See, what happens is here, just now we discussed the simple, the sample example like the SBI one. Say this is in again a simple Pune region here. If we'll take the Pune as an example here, this is again in the Pune region. And you maintain one copy in the north, west, and south regions. Say again, if you try to communicate to this availability zone to this data center in the server, right, and this is down, what happens is it goes to this one. And also say suppose this is also down with other any other reasons, and this goes there. And say suppose this 3 also is down, right, it goes to this DR is nothing but the disaster recovery. Here also you will have a backup of this one. Okay, this means the copy is maintained here: 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is Azure geographically redundant. This is how it is. Like there are some plans while choosing an ADF, right? How to store the data. I'll tell you in detail. This concept you will understand in the real-time basis. Like once we have this Azure data factory account created, how the data you want to store and how your pipelines or your mapping development act is stored there. There are like 3 options: LRS, ZRS, and ZZRS. Means like low, just now we seen, right, standard, enterprise, and the business critical. In the same way, there are 3 options to store the data. Means to secure your data. So the plan will be different for that one. Like for the LRS, the plan will be minimum, and the ZRS and GZRS, the plan will be minimum. So means based on your plan which you choose, they will provide you the services. Simply how much you pay, and they will provide you that much. If you pay more, and they will provide you additional services. That's the bottom line here. Okay.
Okay.
So, and here I would like to talk like this Azure regions are like interconnected each other. Means this region, if you talk about Pune region, and if you talk about this as a Hyderabad region, and if you maintain this copy here in this 1, 2, 3, and also they will have the backup. Just now we discussed it, DRM, like data recovery management. Here also they will have. The means these are interconnected each other. If everything goes gone wrong completely, this Pune got affected with the earthquakes, right? The completely it's got damaged, and it will pick up from this region based on the plans which you choose. You will know what I'm talking. You can record. You can listen this class again once we go to the ADF, and once we create this account, right? There are three options. That time you will know in detail. Okay, you're
Is
good,
there any
right?
parts? Is there any possibility ever? Actually, we do not know the real time scenario, right? So, is there any possibility where all the data centers and all the regions are down, and we'll unable to fetch the data for some time? Is that
See,
ever you seen in your
they will
career?
not
And
tell you. They will not give you the in detail.
okay,
See what happens is in a real time. So say Snowflake, you will take as a Snowflake, and you installed your Snowflake account in Pune region, and this is completely crashed now. Nothing happens based on the plan which you take. The plan which means standard plan means if you take the standard plans, your data is completely in this region. If you take the enterprise plan, it will be the premium one. It goes to and the data will be stored in this region. If you take the business critical, they will also maintain copy in another region. Means they will maintain the data in one of the India region or Asia region and the other region also. See, complete like country will not get collapsed, right? Maybe
mhm,
the regions will be affected on a real-time basis. In that case also, suppose if completely country got collapsed also, they will maintain another copy in another country based on the plan which you choose. Say there are three plans there: standard, enterprise, and business critical. Business critical is means that your data is much, it's more than 200% time secure. Standard means there is a chance they will maintain in only one of the availability zone because you are paying less right there.
okay. So in that case, we might face an issue where we are unable to fetch the data for
Yeah,
some
see,
time.
at the time of taking your account, right, they will guide you. Who the Azure team will guide you. They will tell you what are all the features you will get it for the standard account.
Okay,
They will give you a scenario, and they also tell you, see what are all the benefits you will be getting for the enterprise, and what are
okay,
all the benefits you are getting for the business. You will be having the comparison, right? Say if you are taking a car, say suppose if you are taking one of any of the Maruti car, you will be having three options: LXI, VXI, and ZXI. Yes or no? You will be having
yes,
all the options, right? This will be cost will be less. This will be compared to this one, it will be more than 1 lakh, and this will be third one more than it will be 2 lakhs, because the features which will be different, right? The marketing guy, he will provide you the details, right? All the details. In the same way, the Azure provide you. Say suppose this. Say I'll tell you one example. If you are taking Alexa, he will tell you, sir, this will have only three airbags. He will take you confirm, and if you are okay with the three airbags, you will go this one because there is a cost involved, right? And he will tell you there are four airbags are here, and he will tell you here we have six airbags. He will give you all the options. It's you who to choose based on your budget. He will inform you all the features. Okay.
okay, okay, got it.
Hmm. Got it, right? So there is nothing to break our head regarding the how the data is stored, and how say suppose one server is down, do we need to involve? That's not our job. Just to get a high level architecture. Why also this? Why I'm explaining you? I'll tell you like while teaching you the ADF class, you will be having the options there. So that's the reason I'm covering this one. Means to get you the context what we discussed here. Okay.
Okay,
So
yes,
here, so this is like 60 announced regions. The data centers I was talking, there are 200 plus data centers, but the regions are 60 plus. This is like more than 1 year back, which we took it officially from the Microsoft Azure. But I think the regions are also got increased now, and it has the presence all over like 140 countries. I think in the world we have around 160 plus countries, I think, but this is like 140 countries, but it's more of expanding. Why it is not there in another 10 to 15 countries is maybe they don't use the services of the Azure, maybe, but it's more expanding. And one thing I would like to tell you is like like the data centers and the regions compared to the AWS, right? Azure has top. You can just Google it also. So Azure has more data centers and more regions compared to the AWS. Their services is very good to AWS, but coming to the regions, right? Azure has more regions. Okay. So if you're see, these are all the regions: the central and south central, west US. And if you're talking about here, they will be having the India here. I think central India. You see here. See here we have central India, South India, and West India. And we are able to create our account only in the central India for the Snowflake. These are not reflecting in our drop down. Is it clear? Right? Okay. So this region selection criteria. See, the how to select the region. See, just now we discussed while creating the Snowflake account, right? How to select which region. You want to select the Central India region or South India region. This will be guided by them, and also we can also take a decision based on the low latency. Means which is near to us, we'll take that one. So we are now in a Hyderabad, and that service is available in Pune. So that's the reason we'll choose it as a Pune location while creating the Snowflake account. You're getting right. And also, not all the services are available in all other regions. See, this the second, like Hyderabad region and Chennai region, this Snowflake service is not there, right? The software as a service, SaaS is not there in this one. And also, the prices also vary from one region to the other region. Say, instead of creating your Snowflake account in the Pune region, if you try to create in the US region, right, the charges will be different. Okay, if you try to create in the US region. And also the zones are enabled or not, we'll be checking here. That's how the selection criteria happens. This will be doing by the architect level, the account creation, and also with the help of the Azure expertise. And yesterday I was talking about there are some special government regions for the US. These are the regions: US GOV and US GOV lower. Means here in this region they will be maintaining only their official government information here, like the US government has dedicatedly. And in this region, if you want to create any services, any third party want to use, and it's not possible, and it will in the drop down only, it will not be visible for us. Okay. And also if you're talking about this the special partner region here, China. Here what happens is the China is different compared to the other regions, like the country. If you're talking about why, because these guys will not believe anyone in the world, like any country in the world, they will not believe you and they will not trust you, especially while talking about like while interacting the data and regarding the softwares. What is special partner region means? This will have a tie-up with the China government, like the Azure team will have a tie-up with the China government team. China government puts the condition saying that, hey, you just set up the infrastructure, complete Azure infrastructure. Means the data center you completely set up in our China region, and we will provide you all the permissions. But the maintenance will be taken care by us, means the China government team. Their support team, their technical team will be taken care by them. In that case only, in that condition only, they will be allowing you to keep the data centers in the China region. Means this is a collaboration between the China and the Azure account, Azure, Microsoft Azure. The same way for the Germany also. Germany people and the China people, normally they don't believe other countries as usually. Why? Because China is a rival to the America. So US government, because Microsoft Azure is belongs to the US country. So that's the reason they don't believe. They will tell you just set up the infrastructure, we'll take care of the data, like the everything. Okay. So the same like see, this is the disaster recovery which I was talking, the DR, BCDR, business continuity and the disaster. Means any geographically like any faults happen on the availability zone, it goes to the DR, like the data recovery, disaster recovery here. Okay. See, if you look at here, this example here, an Azure geography is an area of world typically containing at least one or more regions that preserves data residence and complaints boundaries. Means the data is resident in different countries and also apart from the boundaries. I was just now telling an example. If you're completely the Pune got affected, it stores in a nearest country. Means if completely country got collapsed, right? It have the data in the other country also. Means is how it pairs like India, US, Europe, Asia, Pacific. Depends on the plan. Like everyone will not get all these options. Just remember that one. Okay, depends on the plan which you're taking, like the services which you're taking, the amount which the package which you're paying. Based on that, if you go for a like the top end, like the business critical, you will have all these options. Means your data will be stored in the other country also. You're getting right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the same which we discussed. This is the data center one, and this is the data center two, and these are the see one data center will have like the different domains, like the fault domains. Like fault domain is nothing but the updated domain. This is completely, these are the byte ones or the servers. You have group of servers will fall as a updated domain, and the group of updated domains will form as a rack. This is one rack, and this is one rack. Group of racks will form as a data center. You're right, right? Oh, good. And this is one availability set, and this is a second availability set, and these are the again is zone one, zone two, and zone three. And again, they are contact. This is a hierarchy, high level hierarchy, and region one, region two, and region three. And the geography here, like it may be like if you're taking the top version, like the business critical, your data will be stored in the different countries also here, based on the plan which you're selected. This is the architecture. Like this is how it stores your data on a backend. No one will ask you the questions. Okay, don't worry, Nikshit, on this one, like in the interview. But you will be understanding in the backend what happens in your while we create your ADF account, like while we are configuring the services, the Azure Data Factory services in the Azure portal. Okay, the region pairs which we discuss, like what is the region pairs like means this is the region one and the region two. I give you the examples, right? Say suppose in the Pune region you have everything, and also if the service is available, if you take about the Chennai region, right, they will be paid. Talking about the day your Snowflake account only, all the data centers all across the globe are interconnected each other. If you created a Snowflake account and if it has any problems with your disasters happen on this Pune, based on the service which you take, it will connect to the other region pair, and it will means like this is like a couple. They are interconnected each other. Okay, it will communicate with the region A, and also it will communicate. Both can communicate internally, vice versa. You're good, right, Viresh?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. So the example regions are like this is how it is paid. Like Southeast Asia is paid with the East Asia, then the Central India is paid with South India. Means in this case, see the Pune is paid with the Chennai. Like I'm telling you the Central India, the region name, like location which is what. This is Pune, and this South India is called as a Chennai one. So these are paid. Some of the examples of the paid ones. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is what I was waiting for you to tell you. While creating, we'll discuss this slide again. We'll now discuss this slide, and also we'll discuss this slide again while once we are creating this ADF account in the Azure. Okay. So what LRS does is LRS replicates means locally redundant. This is similar to that standard enterprise and business critical. Just I'm telling you on a high level, but the same options will be there in the ADF. That's what I want to give you the background of. That's what I was telling you 1 hour class for this one to understand the basic differences between these three. There might be having an interview question on this one also once. How to replicate the data means what happens is LRS means locally redundant data. Means redundant is nothing but replication. Locally replicated storage means replicates your data 3 times within the region in which you created your storage account. Means if you created account in the like Central India Pune, in the Pune only north and west or any of the two availability zones, it will be there. If completely Pune got crashed, right, your data is gone. And this will be communicated to the client, like the customers. You're getting right. This is what the plans they will communicate you in while taking the account. And this is the zone redundant one. What the zone redundant means? Replicates your lens, replicates the data 3 times across 2 or 3 facilities within the single region or across the regions. Means it may be stored in the central India and also the Chennai. Means here in this case, it will be stored in the Pune and Chennai. Example I'm telling you means this is the second. This is I can say this is low and this is medium and this is the high end versions I'm telling. If you take this option like geo-redundant storages replicates your data to secondary regions, means to secondary that is 100 miles away from the primary region. Okay, it may be the same country or it may be the different country. This is much more better compared to this one, and this is the top version. This says read access geo-redundant. Geo means geographically replicated storage. Redundant is nothing but replication. Geographically means geographically replicated storage. Your data is replicated geographically, means in a different locations, which is hundreds of miles away from the primary region, means the main account which you got created. This replicates your data to the secondary region as with GRS, but also provides read-only access to the secondary location. Means in this case, what happens is if you're storing like the DR, which I've talked, right? There you will be able to read only the existing data. You cannot insert the new data there. The data insert will be happening in your primary regions. Means, say suppose you made an order here. We'll take this Flipkart order here. You made an order. This is your primary region here. The order will be placed here. If suppose this is down, it will be going to here and it gets synced all to this one. Here you will be having only the read-only access. Here you will not be able to insert a new order here. Okay, you're getting right. But again,
we are unable to see your cursor movements.
No, it is visible.
I'm using this pen. 1 second. Okay, now.
Yes.
So what I'm telling is, you created an order here, and this order is primarily placed here. And if this was down, it goes to this zone 2. And if this is down, it goes to the zone 3. And once this is up, these two are up, right? It syncs back again on this one. Here, what happens is you cannot write the data, you cannot place the order. The data will not be inserted. You can only access the data here. It will maintain the backup copy here. Okay. In this one, in the disaster one, that's what the slide here is. The discussion what I'm telling here means read access to the geo-redundant storages means it provides you in the third DR, right? It will provide only the read access. Once that is done, right, it will sync back again. You can ask how that the new order will be placed in the DR, like the disaster recovery. It syncs back again with the optical fiber here. See, it goes syncs here. See, you see these dots, right? The blue dots and the dark blue dots to and fro.
Right.
Okay.
So, sir, I have a doubt here. So, the LRS and ZRS, it's depends on the client requirement and it will change based on the project, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, we'll discuss. Don't worry. That one will once we within 2 or 3 days, once we create that ADF account, the LRS, like the storage services, right? We'll do that.
Sure.
And also we'll go through this the slide deck again. This same like 2 or 3 slides again here. So that time you will be 100% sure what we're talking by with the real time example there here. Okay. So here, I just go through this like within 5 minutes we'll close it. Okay, sorry for the delay. So LRS, ZRS, and ZRS we'll just go through. So LRS is it provides least like never 99.99%. It will be like 11 times 9, 99.99, 11 nines. It's durable means the security and the storage access will be like it will be available these many nines times means it is 11 9 times if you take the LRS. And LRS is the lowest cost redundancy option offered to the least durable compared to the other option. Means this is the lowest option. Okay. Hello.
Right. Yeah.
And if you look at this data center, means in one single data center only, they maintain three different copies here. If the data center is completely lost, your data is lost. That's it. And this will be communicated to the business. Why? Because they are paying less here.
Right.
Now I discussed you this the cars example, right? You have three airbags in the LXI, and you have four airbags in the VXI, and you have six airbags in the ZXI. So while taking, if anything happens to this car, right, if they will be opening only three airbags, right? There is a risk here, right? You understanding? So
Mhm.
it's the same example here. Means they will be this will be communicated to the clients. If they don't have any problem, that's fine, right? Means they will be doing this Azure people provide you the best solutions to the customers at the end. They will provide you to take the top and only based on the budget. Also, the business will decide. Same with the ZRS here. In the ZRS, if you see, there are 12 lines here. If you look at here, there are like in the 11 lines here, we have 12 lines in the ZRS. Means here, this data is stored in a different availability zones here, not in the same data center, in the different availability zones. One availability zone, the second availability zone, you will be having to recover your data. Okay. And the third one is GZRS, Geo Zone Redundant Storage. In this one, this is the example. Yeah. C means your data is stored, you copy the local copy, it will be stored here, and also they will be having the backup in the other secondary region. See, this is a primary region which you stored, and the secondary region also you will be having your backup copy here. That's GZR means geographically replicated storage, redundant storage. If this complete data center in this complete region is got affected also, if this Pune region was got affected also, it gets the data from the Chennai region.
That would be only a read only, right?
Sorry? No, no, no. That's a DRM. That's a
Okay.
DRM. That's a yeah. Here also read only in this one. Means in that case, what happens, right? Here, if these three servers also like these also got damaged, it will go to the DR. See, it goes. Say, suppose this is completely down. Like this, Chennai got sorry, Pune got completely crashed. Chennai, and this is if this is up, it gets the data from here only. If say suppose these three copies also down, right? It will get from DR. Means totally here six copies, right? Plus DR. Seven copies they will maintain. Means the same order. If you made a Flipkart order, they will be maintaining these seven copies. Okay. Hello.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Yes.
No, yeah. This is yeah. This is sorry. This is the top end. This is the one which we are talking. So here, this is the one. And here in the slide deck, there was I didn't get that option to get the TR, but here also we'll be having the TR. See, the difference between here is in the GRS, your data is stored in the same like the LRS, and it will be reflected in the Chennai region, like the different region. But here, your data will be reflected in the different availability zones here. See, one copy is maintained in availability zone 1, and if you look at here, all the three copies maintained in one availability zone or one data center. But here, this is one data center. This is data center 1, data center 2, and data center 3. Means, say suppose this is Pune, you have four availability zones: north, east, west, south. If it will be maintained all the three copies, means in the three different sites like north, east, and west. Apart from this, it will also maintain the geo replication in this other data center secondary region in the Chennai. And if this also got crash, right, it will get it from DR. Okay. Means if suppose this is completely gone, and this Chennai also got is gone, and it has this is stored in the other place, not in the Chennai. Okay. Don't worry, it's not in the Chennai. This is not Chennai, and this is Pune. This is some other X place,
Okay.
which is
So
hundreds of miles away.
in even if you are fetching the data from DR, that would be a read only. And though in this case, in the present slide, primary region is only a we can enter the new data. If it is a secondary region, it would be a read only, and DR is also read only,
No, no,
right?
no. Read only, sorry, read only for only DR. It will be writing here also. Your order will be placed in this year also. See, you created one Flipkart order, okay? Your order is here. ID is 1 2. Your order ID is 1 2. You have the order ID here. And you have this 1 2. Your order ID is 1 2. And this is also 1 2. And it writes here also 1 2. Your order will be reflecting here also 1 2. And here also. And here what happens is once you created, right, this existing only will be reflecting here. This order will not be placed, but all these cases means all this in the real time, all the servers will not go down. That's what the assurance they are giving you. If you see here, 16 lines here for 99.99%. Okay, that's how it is. So while creating that ADF one, so we'll be choosing. If you choose this one, right, what happens is normally once we create a Azure Data Factory free account, you will be giving a 20,000 rupees INR free credits. That will be going. That comes like within once you choose this one and you do some of this perform any SQL database queries, right? It will go within 1 or 2 days. That's it. Means that the credits will be consumed and we need to pay again back again. Understanding, right? Hello.
Yes.
So that's how this is regarding this. Mainly, why I've told you the whole story is to get you an idea of this LRS, ZRS, GZRS, all these things. Why? Because this will be using this one in the Azure ADF also. You will get an interview questions. Maybe like what's the difference between LRS, ZRS, GRS, and GZRS. There is a chance of getting the interview question. That's what I want to cover you. That's the reason I told you the whole story, the complete hierarchy here. Okay.
Mhm.
Any doubts? Anyone? Just stop recording here. Just a second.
No, sir, nothing from my side.